It's me!
Double-blind searches are searches where neither the handler nor the dog know where the source is hidden. This is super important because it forces the dog to be able to focus on the source of odour, and it forces the handler to focus on the body language and the areas of interest of their athletic dog. As we're coming up here, for example, you see that Ginny pauses, and I understand something has happened here. She doesn't just pause for any reason. She's not hesitating, she's not waiting for me. She's standing there, sniffing left to right, trying to figure it out. Why? Because the person who came out here to hide the source, our piece of Kong, stopped there for a little while to figure out where it was that they were going to go. So I'm just going to make a decision. I want to go to the right, understanding now that Ginny is searching for the odour of the person as opposed to the scent of our source. So now I've got to get her back on track. She's supposed to be looking for Kong, not for footsteps, not for where people have been. She's pulling quite hard to go up to the distribution box here. She's indicated nicely. I'm confused because I don't see the Kong.
I did, that's where I put it.
Ginny's holding it nicely.
Yes. Are you sure?
Yeah.
She gets marked and she gets paid for that fine. She did a good job. I had to read her, even though I couldn't see where the source was. This is now a second search. You can see that we're going over familiar territory. The only restriction I placed on where the Kong was to be found was that it had to be inside the chain. So it had to be on premises. Ginny's certainly in the cone. She's pulling quite hard. Her nose is down. Her whole body language is down. She's pushing her way into, or deep into, the scent cone. The tree seems to have been the epicenter of the scent cone itself. And now she's bracketing. She's going from left to right, trying to figure out the extremes of where the scent is pulled. It's important to read your dog as you're going through these particular searches. I've got Ginny on a long line, and this is one of the first few times that she's been on a long line while searching, and I've got to make sure that this is not something that is impeding her ability to search. So whilst I would prefer to have it on a constant tension, I've got to make sure that real life takes over, and I can't be distracting her from her searching. That's not my role. So she had a look high on the tree there, notably on the left side of the tree, not on the right side, which would tend to indicate that there's odour pooling over there, or there's an absence of odour pooling over there. She's starting to go high now, and then casting out a little bit wider, looking for the upper as well as for the furthest limits of where that odour has spread to. I did just cut out some of the camera work there as the gimbal had a little bit of a hiccup. We're back on track. So I'm believing that the hide is somewhere between the water mains and that tree. Ginny is poking her head through a break in the fence there because that is the furthest limit of the odour, and she's trying to find her way back into the odour.
Weiter.
It's important to note that when you're doing these sorts of searches, you've got to have a look at where the wind is going. So the wind is going from right to left. and it will go up before it comes down unless there is wind pushing the odour down, in which case it will crawl across the ground and then slowly work its way up other objects, in this case the fence, the wall, the tyres. A lot of people don't understand that it creates an umbrella-shaped odour pool. We always think of the odour from a bird's eye view, looking top down. What we need to do is start looking at it from a canine perspective, and that's where the scent is being pushed up and then settles out in an umbrella fashion, i.e. in a dispersed circle around it, depending on the environmental conditions. So here you can see, along where the piping is, along where the tyres is, the building, Ginnie is searching up there because that's where the wind is pushing our odour. But she understands that is not the source, but she's trying to find the weak and the strong points.
It is in a corner.
No, she's going up into that corner by the trailer a lot.
Yeah.
And it's certainly between the fence line and here, I think. But I don't really know.
So Gimbal just had another little hiccup. Ginnie went up towards the tree to look at a higher branch.
It seems easy enough to...
So now I'm believing that with those things in mind, with the umbrella pluming effect, that the hide is somewhere over near that tree. So I'm taking different angles to get Ginnie to take a different approach into the scent cone. It's up to her to figure everything out. She's got the nose, I don't. You can see she's searching up high, and she's going to start on the poles more seriously soon. Now she's going on the uprights of the poles, trying to figure out, is it further left, is it further right? As the cone hits the trees, it's cooling, it'll sink back down. So as the odour rises, it cools, and as it cools, it'll start to sink back down to the ground. And that's what she's starting to pick up on here. So we took a different angle. She looked at those uprights with her nose. There's our indication.
That's where it is.
Search complete.
That was good.